to talk about this basic and natural statement. Yesterday we talked about the purity, right? The two parts, two part of the natural state of the mind, the purity part, and the spontaneous presence part. The two parts we talked already about this nature, the inner space, about inner space. Today, I'm going to third part. Third part is called Jijin Niji Jinxi. So Jijin Niji Jinxi. So it means, in English we say a state of being just as it is. The state of being just is as is it. In Tibetan we say Jijin Niji Jinxi. So that's the third part. Today's topic. Today's we talk about this third part. Okay. So third part is actually completely a vision of Dzogchen. You see the first part, the purity is one part, and spontaneous presence is second part. Two different qualities. So completely every part of those qualities. So we call Jijin Niji Jinxi. It means Jijin Niji Jinxi. The state of being just as it is, what it is. The state of being just what it is. So that is Dzogchen actually. So our nature, so our nature of the mind, our inner space is how it looks like. It looks like, yes, it's the state of being just what it is. That is our nature, So this is the state of being just what it is. So in this natural space, as actually there are seven. The Buddha Commercial, he says that this nature of the Dzogchen has seven qualities or seven self-nature, seven self-nature, or seven on-nature, or seven on quality. So whatever you can say. Rongyin in Tibetan we say Rongyin. So those 7 points is a very important point. So we need to know. So I'm trying to explain point by point. You should know that we are talking about is the natural state of the mind. Okay, always we are talking about. We are not talking about other things. Just this nature, only this nature, but only that the basic nature. The third part. Okay. So the seven self natural is, so Buddha Tongpa he says, so the Dzogchen has 7 natural state mind, the 7 point of self-natural. First one is unborn, self-natural unborn. Second, self non-duality. Sorry, no. Second is clarity, the self-clarity. The third one is the non-duality, self-natural non-duality. Fourth, natural self natural great bless. Dawa Chembo. Dawa Chembi Rongji. Great bless. Fifth one is the fruition known from others. The fruition of fruit is not come from others. The fruition is come from itself, it means. So I will explain one by one later. First, I just tell you 7 point what it is. And then 6 one is uninterrupted self. So I don't know. So I'm trying to translate myself. Okay. So maybe this is not good translate, but so I'm trying my best. So if you don't understand the meaning, just you ask me in the end of this lesson. So we have time, right, to discuss. You can ask me. I can try to answer of that. For the sixth one, sixth is the self-natural uninterrupted. You see, uninterrupted, right? Blockage, blocked, interrupt, uninterrupted. Because, and seventh is called self-natural great-grandfather. Great-grandfather. The natural state mind is the great-grandfather. Okay, so I will explain later why it's called grandfather. So let's say first point, what it is unborn, right? So why our nature is the unborn? It means Julemachi. Julemachi means there's no causality. There's no secondary condition. So this is absolutely immaterial. This is not material. This is immaterial. So if this natural state of the mind is material, and of course it has causality. It has been causality. It has been secondary condition. So this is absolutely immaterial. So first point is talk about the natural state mind is, it's not coming from how to say, like seed, like rice. The rice is come from seed, right? Our human come from parents. Our parents come from their parents. You see, those generation regenerate, produce through this cost. So our natural state of the mind is absolutely beyond. It's absolutely beyond of those causality, those secondary conditions. It's nothing to do with it, because this is absolutely immaterial. Okay. So that's why it's unborn. It's natural. First the self-natural is the unborn natural. So we should know, because You see, we talk about, when you talk about in Dzogchen, the masters very often they say, so when they realize, when they reach some state of some level of the realization, they say, so there's nothing burn, there's nothing die, there's nothing dying, there's nothing burn. So you see, because they understand reality, they understand their essential, their natural mind. Because we should need know, we should need know to our identity is not your physics. So if you feel that my physics is me, your identity is just your phenomena, what you can feel, what you can see, what you have today officially. So then, of course, so there are so many sufferings to left this world. So it means it's so much suffering. So it's unacceptable to go to die because you can feel that you lost, you were lost because you consider that your identity is just this. So yogi, so they know deep their identity. They realize that deep their identity. So that's why they know they never die. You know. So that point is very important point. First point is unborn, means it's not just always we give the example, the space, external space. You see, if you look at external space, the space is always same. There are million, hundreds, thousands people's beings. They are born, they are dying every day. But the space itself, nothing change. It's never die. It's never burn. It's always same. So in this case, the yogis are when their deep understanding level of those realization when they reach that point, they never interrupt. They are never interrupted through their emotion because their emotion can't block this person because this person is like become space. Their emotion is like cloud, just pass there, past, come, past, come. It cannot block, it cannot interrupt, nothing to do with, because they are always same level. That's why, you see, wherever they are, they say wherever they are always same state, always same level, because they know this realization, they know this reality. They deal with that realization, that reality. Okay, so that's why first point, first part is self-natural, is the unborn. And second, clarity, right? The self-natural clarity. The our self our natural state mind is clarity. It's not darkness. So it's clarity. So it means, so why it's clarity? So you can see the sun, you can look at sun, how is clarity. You can look at the lamp, how is clarity. And then you can look at yourself. You can feel your essential, your inner space. So, so when you look at the space, on the sun is light, actually, it's light. It gives lighting to clarity, to clear to others, right? The things, it's very, the light of the shining of the sun is very, how to say, it gives for equality, equanimity. It's not just some, how to say, limited. It's limited. It's not limited. Just it gives for everyone same quality, same shining. There's no motivation for the sun. When sun gives the shining, there's no motivation, because sun never think, so today I'm going to give my shining east part more than north. So inside our inner space, also it's luminosity. It means it's luminosity itself. It's not darkness itself. In Dzogchen text says, it means the Ripa is always luminosity itself. It's never darkness. And in this case, there's no necessary to focus. There's no necessary to focus on. It means, focus means usually, so we do this, when we try to focus means, so there's always duality comes. Subject to object side, two sides comes there. So of course, the grasping, it's the beyond of the grasping. It means grasping. To grasp, to attachment, to, So here is just it's contact talk about when you being in the natural state of the mind. So it's talk about. So you see, so this is talk about why this here is talk about the second point, because so it's called nature non-self. Nature means the reality, the way of reality existence. The what is reality existence? The non-self means the way of existence idea, perspective, aware of the perspective, your perspective. It means, you know, so I can see in front of me there, I have the table, you know, I can see the table. But this table is my perspective, right? I cannot see exactly the way of the reality existence of the table. So also there's mixed, you know, mixed on the table, my idea that about table. So my idea, the table of my idea, the table of the reality, just I mix up, then I think, oh, they are stable. You see? So this is how we grasping exactly, how we interpret, how we modify those object side through the grasping. So that's why it says the second part, clarity, the natural self, natural clarity, it's beyond of grasping. It's beyond of focus. So it says clarity means it's not necessary. It's it's not necessary to clear up the other luminosity. You know, because it can clear itself. It can understand itself. It knows itself. So it's not necessary to understand through other condition. You know. So that's why it's called clarity part. So it's so important, you know. So yes, yes, we talk a little bit about that part, right? The compare to space, external and internal space, right? So here exactly it's talk about that. The clarity means. Okay, clarity. And third part, non-duality, right? Non-duality. Thomas he says, the third part, the natural statement, it has the third self-natural is non-duality. Non-duality, okay, non-duality. Why it says it's now how is non-duality? How is non-duality? The duality means, you know, actually to what, right? Object side, subject side, or external something. It's external right side or left side, you know. So here is talk about why it's the non-duality, because it's liberate. The natural state mind is liberate. The liberation of itself is not liberation from something else, somebody else. The also itself also liberate. It means, you know, the natural state mind is the extreme internalism, liberate internalism and nihilism. Eternalism, you know. So it's absolutely liberate through the eternalism. So how is eternalism? So what is called eternalism actually? You see? So eternalism means here actually So as I told, the reality existence or idea existence, that's two different, right? So for us, what we can accept, what we can say existence or non-existence, it's not reality existence because we don't have these eyes to see the reality existence yet. So I decide myself this table is existence because this is my idea. Of course, it depends there's in the reality, but I cannot see the exactly reality of the existence of table. So the way of what I can see the table, the way of what I can accept of existence the table is if that table is existence, then that table should be it would be internalism. It becomes internalism. So our inner space is the liberate. It's liberated from this independent existence. Independent existence actually. So you can say also independent existence because you see everything is independent, each other, independent, depend each other, depend each other. So there's something existence non-depend, nothing depend each other. Just its existence itself, non-depend anything. So that's very internalism. So also I told you what I can see today, my idea, the idea of the existence, my idea, according to my idea existence, if that object is existence according to my idea, then it also become internalism. Because what I can see today is it's non-reality. I can see it's independent itself. I can see its existence from independent itself from their side. So you can check yourself. You can check in front whatever you can see. You look there, so you can feel. You have this feeling. So those books, those things, your furniture, whatever you can see in front right now, you can feel that its existence itself, independently existence itself there. You never feel it depends my mind. You never feel it depends on my nature. You never feel it's appearing through your true nature. You never feel it's appearing through your idea. You can see, you can feel that it's existing there. So that's why firstly, internalism. So this natural state mind is liberate from this internalism. eternalism. Okay, takpita. We Tibetans say takpita, takta, takji. And the second part is this is also very important. Okay, it's very important part. Chepita or nihilism. Your natural state of the mind is liberate also. It's liberate also nihilism. From nihilism, it's not nihilism. So I know many people that they are afraid the emptiness. So when you say emptiness, they think there's nothing existence. They think they feel lost everything. That immediately they think they lost their life. There's nothing. You see? So that feeling is nihilism, the feeling of afraid, the how to say, the fear of nihilism. So it's called the fear of nihilism. Because you don't understand exactly your true nature, how is existence. So when you said your true nature is emptiness, of course it's emptiness, yes. So what is absent there? So you should know that. So if you don't know what is absent, why it's called emptiness? Emptiness means absent something. That absent something. What is absent there? It doesn't mean it's absent to everything. You know. So that I told you, right? The absent. What is absent there? What is missing there? Why is it become empty? So the emptiness means here, you see, the way my idea, the way of my perspective, of my conception of through my feeling, through my emotion, through my negative emotion. Actually, you see, what we can see, what we can hear, what we can feel is through those negative emotions is just appearing. It's appearing through those poisons. It's not through this wisdom. So in this case, what I can see is I can see that its existence of independently itself. I cannot see that object of in front of me, my computer. It's not, I cannot see that it's appearing something from yourself, something from your true nature, something from your interpretation. You know, it's just I feel its existence there. It comes up like this, you know. In my mind, this comes up. It's there, yes, there. It's very solid. So that is which is absent when you say emptiness. So this idea is absent there actually in the empty side. But the way of the reality is not absent there. Its existence always there. So that's why in Dzogchen we say tombizo, the form of emptiness. So we say form of emptiness, tombizo, tonzo. So in this case, you know, when you realize that the level of realization of your mind, great perfection, then you know everything is just you. We don't need to, how to say, we don't need to make up the emptiness, because we cannot make up emptiness. Emptiness is already there actually. So just to realize that, just to understand that, just to deal your understand with that. So that's all, you know. So and then everything is what we can see, all this phenomena, it's just become form of emptiness. That's why you can cross the how to say, the wall. There's nothing limited actually. It's like outside. When you're outside, you go outside, you can go every direction, right? Because there's been, as you know, you can go there. You can go whatever direction you can choose. There's nothing to interrupt. So when we understand those level of this emptiness, then exactly same. So whatever you are, you can go, you can come, you can, because you understand, you realize that form of emptiness is nothing to interrupt. Even your physique is become of emptiness. That's reality, you know. Okay, so second part, nihilism. Though your emptiness is liberated from nihilism, it's not nihilism. It's liberated from nihilism. It's emptiness. It's empty, but it's clarity. Okay, but it empty. It is empty, but it's luminosity. It is empty, but it is wisdom. It is empty, but it is understand itself. It is empty, but it's great bliss. You know, now you are, it's not nihilism. You know, if nihilism, there's no great bliss, there's no light. But when you talk light, great bliss, also understand it's not not as you think, not as we think, because whatever we think today is the reality. It's reality. It's in real. It's your idea. It's my idea. So every idea is when you understand those empty nature, then every idea, every your ideas just left there. Have to left beyond. So otherwise we cannot understand. Otherwise we cannot enter this door. Okay, so 我都已经谈过这个，意思比较容易。So it's duality, okay, non-duality, self, natural, non-duality. It's this one quality, it's very one of the best quality of your natural state of the mind. You see now how many qualities you have, this natural state. So this is very important to know before you practice, because then if you know all these qualities, whatever you have, then you trust. It gives you trust. It gives you confident itself, you know. Okay, and The fourth one, great bless, right? Great bless. Self great bless. Self natural great bless. How it is great bless? It's Devachembo. It's a happiness, great happiness. It's great joy, you know, because it's self. So once you, dear, your understanding level, your meditation level, your identity level, once you join with this natural state, even you don't want to happiness, it's automatically you will be happiness, become happiness, because there's no way. So automatically you are in the place of the joyful. It means when you enter in the garden, even you don't want to see the flower, you can see flower everywhere. You have no choice because you are in the garden. So it's same. So in this case, there's no suffering. Of course, there's no suffering, nothing suffering. It's called Rinche selling. So in Tibetan, in the Dzogchen text, we say Rinche selling Simba. Rinche selling means when you go in the God place, the golden place, golden area, you know, even you go toilet is golden. Even you want to throw something, that is also God. Even you take one something, that is also God. You know, it's golden. Yes, everywhere golden. So we say Rinche selling. So that understanding level, when you reach that place, then it's nothing need to more, nothing need to left, you know. Just be there is enough already. You see, in this case, pon dum is we say pompa and dupa. So when we talk about when you do the meditation, right, to connect it with your great bliss or your empty nature, your natural state of the mind. So we often say we don't need to reject, we don't need to, how to say, searching anything. So it means the great bliss or the natural state mind itself, it's everything's there. Everything's nothing lack there. Nothing lack. So that's why I say yesterday, right? Dzogchen. Dzogchen means complete. There's nothing to do to renounce also. Pompa. Because there's not bad, not good. There's not duality. It's every phenomena, everything is just same situation, same quality. When you understand that point, so we say, Saja Vurdocek Tropa. It means, you know, once the hundreds, thousands, the bells, they are that state one quiet places, you know. If you shoot the one strong, small strong, then every bells just go fly together, woo, like this, you know. It makes only one level of understanding. If you have this understanding, then you have to know 100,000 understand, 100,000 wisdoms. Just you will know, you will receive it. So obtain in Dzogchen text, we give the example like Garuda. You know, right? Garuda. So you practice the Garuda. So Garuda is very powerful animals, you know. So the Garuda is the highest levels of the adult who can fly in the sky. The wind Garuda fly on this in the sky, Garuda never afraid about water, about mountains, about cloud, because he's very high. It's the mountains, you know, the roads and the rock mountains, you know, or whatever on the land, whatever they are, it's okay, no problem for the Garuda. It's never afraid. So that's why once you have this experience, once you have this understanding level, then this person is never afraid of anything, because you know it's like Garuda flying in the sky, high level of sky. Bomba. So in this case, there's nothing to do to renounce even negative emotion. Even you have attachment, jealousy, angers, whatever we have natural way, it's okay. It's okay. Just let come and let go. You know, the anger or jealousy or attachment itself also, it can be liberated. It can become the wisdom, because it's the same quality. You know, there's nothing to uh, there's nothing how to say, to renounce, to reject. Of course, there's nothing to add it also, because everything's there. Dvipameva. So it's called Dvipameva. Your true nature. So there's nothing to add, nothing needed to add it. It's always it complete. So if it's not complete, if you need to add something, that's not nature. You know, right? That it's not nature, right? So it's fabrication. It's fabrication. Then it's become fabrication. Artificial. It's become artificial. Yeah. Fifth one. The fruition from the fruition that comes from itself. It's not comes from other side. The natural statement is the fruition. The fruition that comes itself also is not comes other side. because itself also fruition. The fruition is not need to come other side. It's not need to. It's the fruition is already there. The fruit is already there actually. The nature itself is already there. The fruit. But other side, we don't understand that level. So that's why we need to reach that level of the understanding. So we need to deal with this understanding of level. Since we don't understand those, so whatever you have, then we need to do something. Because whatever we do this, then the practice, like recitation mantra. The recitation mantra it can help, of course, for certain way to wake up, a certain way to go that direction. But it not gives directly those realization according to natural state of the mind. You know, it's like a boat. If you want to go this other side of the sea, so we should take the boat, right? The boat is the method to go there other side. Once you reach there, you don't need to carry the boat everywhere. It's finished. You just left their boat. It's okay. Bye. Thank you. But now you start whatever you want to do, whatever you want to enjoy there, that side. Now just start, right? Those methods, so many different methods, rituals, recitations, purifications, whatever we're doing today, whatever we're doing something, it's just method. It's just method for to help to reach this destination of luminosity. It's like about. Okay, so 6 point is uninterrupted, right? Uninterrupted, unblocked, disblocked. So, as I told you, our natural state mind is luminosity itself as sun in the sky, 24 hours, 7 to 7. But our side, we perspective of our condition of certain condition, we can see sometimes dark, sometimes light, sometimes there's sun, sometimes there's not, you know. But we cannot see actually. That is not reality of the sun actually. So we say today there's a sun, there's tomorrow there's great day. Day after tomorrow there will be rain. There's no sun. We say this is our point of understanding. This is our point of condition. This is our point of idea. But when you think about the side of the sun, in the reality, what happened in the sky, the sun is shining 24 hours. He never stopped. He never says, I'm tired, so I want to rest a little bit, straight off. No, you see? So it's similar way our true nature is itself 24 hours. It's luminosity. It's 24 hours. It's openness. It never says, I'm tired, I need to rest, you know. So it's 24 hours. Just opening, opening, opening. So since it's 100%, it's become opening of the door. So in this case, you know, there's nothing to blocked, nothing to blocked, nothing to reject, nothing to block. So whatever phenomena, condition, just comes, goes, comes, goes. It's never interrupt. So this is also side of Lhundup, actually, Lhundup side. The quality of Lhundup side. Okay, let's move. Seventh point, the seventh self-natural. The seventh self-natural is the self-natural of great-grandfather. So it's called great-grandfather, right? So why? Because, you know, our true nature, it starts before this manifestation of myself, you know. Today I'm talking about today. So if you think that before what happened, myself, that before my true nature, what happened, you can think about it. So your true nature is, there's no begin. It's very, very old. Finally, you can say. It's compared to you here, it's talking about great grandfather means, you know. Even if I was born here in the planet, for example, including today my life, 1 million life is passed if I passed, but my true nature is always same. Its existence before that. So that's why, you know, before start my samsara, before start my nirvana, before start my manifestation, my true nature is already there. So that's why it's called great grandfather. All those thousands, millions, my life just it gives, it comes, how to say, appears or comes, give birth through this my true nature. It's like father, it's like mother, you know. Also, some case we say mother, some case we say father. It's exactly the same meaning actually. Okay. So I'm sorry. So actually, now I think it's time to take some questions. So I want to take some questions here, and we do not have much time. So if you have questions, please can you ask, and also we can start. Question, okay, since the sound is okay, that's not question. Or my sound, it's okay. Noise. What is the difference between unborn and the great grandfather? Yes, great grandfather is it's unborn. Because great grandfather here we talk about great grandfather means always your true nature, right? Your true nature, your natural state of the mind. So our natural state of the mind is also great grandfather. It's also unborn. So as I explained, right, how is the unborn, right? There's no cause condition. There's no causality to protect our true nature. There's no secondary condition to grow up our true nature, because our true nature is the immaterial. It's the emptiness, permanent. It's not impermanent. Our true nature is not impermanent. Okay, so it's permanent. So that's why last time, so we talk about when we practice the impermanent. So this is also the point which is we need to know, also which is we need to understand. Once we realize that our true nature of the mind, then that yogi or that person is understand the true nature. Your identity is the deeper than your think. Your identity is the unchangeable. Your identity is the permanent finally. So that's why a yogi often says, I will not die, I will not born. Okay, so and then further, you can also say beginningless. Yes, okay, beginningless. Thank you. Beginningless. Yes, exactly. It's beginningless. Our true nature is it's beginningless. Would you give a practice that we can do every day to recognize the nature of mind? So who's that? Yes. Will you give the practice that we can do every day to recognize the truth? Yes, every day. Okay, then yeah, I know. Yes, every day. Actually, every day, every moment. Our goal is to try to understand this true nature of the mind. Try to deal with this true nature. That is our goal, actually. That is our goal. But the true nature, to deal with true nature, is the only way to only way is the only way of meditation. There's no way. The meditation is also you see the Dzogchen, the way to Dzogchen practice. So otherwise, you have today so many different different forms of different aspect of meditation. I know that. So yes, absolutely. So absolutely. So I do myself try to best to try to connect it with to nature always. So even sometimes we need to recite the mantra. Sometimes we need to purification. Sometimes we need to exercise. So that's the goal is to um, to can to connect it with this true nature, to realize that true nature easily. But even so once you are tired, that means you lacked energy physically or emotionally. There's something loosed, something lacked. So in this case, the exercises can help to recharge you are physically, mentally, and also some meditation like Shine meditation, the generation here I mean, it can also be charge your mind, mental, mental energy also to it can bring the capacity to uh, to connect it with your true nature also. So that is what we're doing today, every day. Okay. Thank you, Lord. Ah, ah, there's no many questions. Maybe oh, okay. So this is question. This is the mistake to focus on riba or nature of mind as tikchu means non-action, no trying whatsoever. So I meant, so sometimes we say in the Dzogchen text, it say gomda maybe gomba, gomda maybe gomba. It means the true meditation is non-meditate. Non-meditate is meditate. That may be tawa. Non-looking is looking. It means So if you look, you never see it, as we talked yesterday, right? So you can say, I cannot see my true nature. Of course, because you are seeing. I cannot find my true nature. Of course, you cannot find because you found it. You're searching it. So I cannot focus on. Of course, you are focused something. So it means simply because we are very. It's very. The sound is very. How to say. Heavy. I mean, sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's easy. But the simply because our mind, it's very much bad habit. It's become very bad habit because we are 100% almost, 100% just turn outside and looking something to interpret something to trying to see something, to trying to find something. You know, even you think I'm not trying, but you are trying always. Even you think I'm not looking, you are looking. I'm sure that I know because I have this experience. Even you think I'm not thinking, you are thinking, of course. you know. So that's why. So when you talk, the connected with natural statement is sometimes it's easy, but when you do, it's not easy. So that's why there are so very rare people who realize, who is waking up. You know, as Shabda Rinpoche, there's very few people whose capacity to realize actually, you know. I know there are thousands people that do meditate, that do practice every day, but very less people wake up. Very less people waking finally. It's not because of the nature. It's not because of the, how to say, the philosophy Dzogchen. Because it depends your understanding. Because that's why in the Dzogchen, so always say it's very necessary when you practice the first time, you should have somebody who can guide the right way. So that's why we do Guru Yoga always, right? First time. Why? Simply, so we need to guide. We need to guide somebody. So even physically, there's no, it's not necessary physically your guide. Like, for example, me, I'm very close, I'm very faithful to Sherda Rinpoche. But Sherda Rinpoche, he was died 1934, for example. When I was born, he was already gone. Has already become rainbow body. But you see, from today I can connect. From today I can trust him. From today I can pray to him. From today I can connect with his energy. From today I can ask him so many questions. Because he left so many texts, actually. He write down what, how can he reach this level? He just gives all these details, everything, if really you want this state, as I did, if you really want to. So you can do this, that, step by step, everything just hit down there. So you can ask, you can connect with. So I don't mind. So it's not necessary actually you have somebody physically, but of course at first, as you, but because we are not same. Me, I practice, I study almost 35 years already now. So you, somebody the beginning, just for beginning for practice, for study, is not same, of course. So that's why also physically, if you have somebody, that's good. You see, it's not enough to read the book. Since your level is very basic, since your level is very beginning. So in this case, okay, it is a mistake to focus. Okay, so this is I did, maybe, I don't know. So can you get rid of effort that you don't even recognize? So how can you get rid of the effort that you don't even recognize? So I don't understand exactly your question, but I think you meant how do we know? Am I realize something, or am I recognize my true nature or not? You meant that, right? I don't know. How can we get rid of the effort that you don't even recognize? Okay, not that one. Not the effort that you don't even recognize. So, yeah, even if we don't recognize the truth of the nature, we can try always, we can try to do our best. It means, in this case, so many Dzogchen masters, like my first master, Dzogchen, Timi Yungdong. So he did nine times fully preliminary of Dzogchen. That means, each preliminary time, how many accumulation you need to do. For example, the prostration. Each preliminary, when you practice each preliminary of the practice, the 100,000 times. So other purifications, yeah. So yes, there's 9 category. So he did 9 times. His student, who was attend after 3 years in the 1936, he was completely become rainbow body. So his name was Rasidavarma, So do you know how many practice how many times he practiced the preliminary of Dzogchen? 13 times. 1, 3, 13 times he practiced the preliminary. All his life he just practiced, So that is because he just did so without any sense. Because he know that to recognize Rigpa is not easy. It's necessary to purify. So otherwise our mind is the absolutely delusions. It's polluted. Our mind is polluted through this poisons. So we haven't this eyes to see this reality. So in this case, so he knows that first needs to purifying. So that's why I think it's very important to every day do something to purifying, and connected those your guides deeply, trust, and then okay. So would you like to tell about nature? 5 element next time. Yes, next time, not right now. Yes, of course, 5 element. We can do 5 element also. Because 5 element is not small topic. Each element you can you can do some practice with. Okay, so I think so it's time. So otherwise you are maybe tired. So now that the thing is we need to connect, right? We need to connect. So we need to let talk, let think, let's let's do something. Yeah. So one question again, right? I don't know. Because some share and okay, or could do some in future. Yeah, some share is already there, translate English. So this is very, very good book, really. It's on the book only for practice, you know. So kusam like kusam Roger and kusam Binying takes so many books of the writing by Shardar Boche. It's mega ju. How to say mega gde sente no de mega gde. There's in Bon tradition, Dzogchen tradition. There's three days. Sente no de mega gde. So the most of his book was about Mengakde. Mengakde means it's related. How to say, the Mengakde is related with practice actually. Essentially, to talk about how to practice, how to engage to practice. It's not about logic way. It's not only about explanation. It's not about only how to say philosophy. Thank you very much. Okay, everybody. Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, so now I can say, so if you have time, so next time, but not yet, we are planning the second part of the Dzogchen. Would be same actually, less practice. Actually, when I teach, I try to do more practice, but today is very special. It's very special. It means it's more philosophy way, it's more explanation way. So that's why I'm just talking. Okay. So next time also, the second part of Dzogchen is about path. What is path of Dzogchen exactly? How many categories there? How many methods there? How many applications? You know, so just we talk about the path of Dzogchen. And then third part, we will talk about those fruit. What is well-be fruit, right? So maybe I think the second part is maybe only we can try not for how to say weekend. Maybe we can try 3 hours each one. So don't worry if you have problem of how to say payment economically. If you have problem, you just contact us so we can we can have solution, always solution. So nothing blocked. Okay, so we always welcome. Of course, so I do also because I do not have another work also. So that's why for living myself to paying rent, rituals also I need to do something. You see, so also I have one association also. To association has also project also. So that's why also of course. So we need a little money also through this way. I understand, but everybody has problem, But we can try ourselves, so we can help each other. I can help you, you can help me. So we can help each other. We can trust each other. So I consider the group is the family, family. It's really a big family. It's a long journey. It means, A real family we consider a real family, but it's not. It's just temporary. You know, it's only temporary. You see, really, because our sangha, like sangha, it's long journey. So we have very long vision. It's not. We don't think our life is just today. This physical, only this physical, only this emotion is our life. Our life is more than that, more than deep. Again, we can go on. Again, it's a long way. It comes from very how to say, a very long backside also, you see. So that's why I can say we are very big family. So I consider always. So you can ask if you have questions. You can feel freely, so we can discuss. Okay, there's nothing to criticize each other. So everybody, we are learning. We are learning. We are practicing. So it's okay. Thank you. So going to the next teaching. Okay, we can. So I will let you know next about part. So what we will be, what time will be. So we will organize. Okay, thank you very much. So we do that again. Okay, thank you very much. So everybody have a very great bless of evening. Thank you.